So the first thing to understand, and I absolutely love cycling, but we have to know that this is an invented position. We're not having full range of motion or rotation at the hip. The majority of the motion is happening in the legs, and the upper body is remaining rigid, fixed, and stable. So I'm gonna give you a couple exercises that you can use immediately to help restore the rotational ability of the hips, take you out of this rounded, hunched over position on the bike, and return you back to an upright human position each and every time after you ride.
From the Pain Academy.
Yeah.
I gotta say, we're going one more time.
No, you gotta leave it in there.
Hello everyone, Joe Gettle, professional gravel cyclist here, and I have a very special guest with me today, the creator of the movement program from the Pain Academy, Mr. Vinny Crispino.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to helping out. So my main intention is to help out cyclists. I know that there's a lot of you out there who absolutely love the sport, you're putting a ton of miles on your body, and the biggest missing piece of information is how to support your body so you can get all the miles done, and how to recover so you can continue doing this for as long as possible.
And as a true testament, I started his program over a year ago, and it's kind of led to the first couple seasons I've had in a very long time where I've been able to train all the way through each year without having to stop due to chronic pain or injury. So it's been pretty impactful in my life, and yeah, I'm excited to get to share some of this with you guys today.
So it works?
Yeah, it works. So it takes work and patience,
Yep.
But if you put in the work, you will move and feel better. That is 100% for sure.
Yeah, well said. There's a lot of cyclists out there that I think are wanting to push their body on the bike, want to put a lot of miles in, and maybe the body's pushing back a little bit, or maybe you find yourself wanting to train harder. And as an exercise physiologist and a corrective exercise specialist, today I want to break down some of the adaptations that happen to the body as you start to put a lot of miles on these bikes, and what you can do to combat these so you can continue to do what you love for long term. So why don't we start off spinning? Let's walk people through some of the main common adaptations that happen to cyclists. So the first thing to understand, and I absolutely love cycling, but we have to know that this is an invented position. This is not a natural motion that we've done for thousands and thousands of years. And so why I'm first leading off with this is to do a repetitive motion in a fixed position. We have to understand that we're not having full range of motion or rotation at the hip. So notice with each revolution, the joints are flexing and extending, but there's no external or internal rotation at the hip joint. What we can safely say is that training a lot of miles on the bike means we are getting really good at flexion extension, but we are reducing our ability to actually internally and externally rotate the hip. The other thing that I want to call out is because we're in a fixed position, the majority of the motion is happening in the legs, so a lot of the stimulus is in the legs, and the upper body is remaining rigid, fixed, and stable, so you can transfer as much power to the legs. What this means is there's two things: not a lot of motion in the upper body, so we're having reduced range of motion in the upper body, and the upper body is stuck in a flexed position. It's pretty safe to say that after a few thousand miles of pushing the body in this position, we're going to have limited hip rotation, and we're going to be more biased towards flexing and rounding the upper body. Most people know this as kyphosis. We're just going to call this as rounded shoulders. So I'm going to give you a couple exercises that you can use immediately to help restore the rotational ability of the hips, take you out of this rounded, hunched over position on the bike, and return you back to an upright human position each and every time after you ride.